Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Stormworks video, and welcome to episode 24 of our Hardcore Career Mode series. Today, we're going to be putting the engine and the gearbox into our new mining truck. By the end of the video, if all goes well, we'll then spawn it in and go for a test drive to see how it all performs. But anyway, guys, as always, I hope you'll enjoy. Let's get started. Okie, so as you can see, I've moved the cab right up there out of the way, so it's not going to be in the road while we're building our engine. So let's start with modular. We're going to grab some engine parts. Actually, first of all, let's put a block down. We're going to build off that one. So let's go with a few crankshafts. We're going to turn around this way, go forward to about there or so, and we'll drag this back to maybe there. That should be enough. And then we're going to need some of these cylinders. So we're going to start from here and go all the way back to this one there. We'll do the same thing on the sides. Boop. All the way along, please, to there, and we're going to do the same on the bottom. So we can get rid of that block there now. I might even get rid of those for now so we can actually see what we're doing. Turn this around the right way, boom, 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 and to there. That should be big enough, hopefully. But anyway, yeah, assuming that's going to be a good size, let's grab a drive belt, and we're going to chuck it right on the front there. Turn around like so. Alrighty, now, I'm hoping to put a couple of starter motors on, so let's go. Actually, you know what we'll do? We'll do the fluid pump first, so we'll put one of those right there. Very good, and then we might go with a starter motor on each side. Just go like, can I go that way? There we go, good. So 2 starter motors, and we're going to put 1 alternator at the bottom, which is that one there. Very good, we'll turn that around like so. Now, I can already see a problem. Those hoses are going to be in the way, so I think what we'll do, we'll grab this radiator. We might put the hoses or the inlets at the top. That might be a little bit better, and we might paint that black too, so it blends in a little bit better how it was before. Good stuff. And now while we're on the cooling system, we may as well get the manifolds in. So we're going to chuck 1 on each side there and there. Very good. So the pump is going to go around. Actually, we've got the port up here though, don't we? How are we going to go about this? Well, let's just wing it. Let's go pipes. I go back to white. There we go. Go like this. Now we're going to do it on the one side. We'll come up. We'll go straight in like that. Good stuff. And then this one's just going to come straight over and into the engine like so. Very good. And then this side's going to come out, but it's going to go through a water tank first. So maybe what we could do, if we grab one of these, turn this around like that, I think that's correct. Then we're going to get another pipe, come up, and that will go straight in. Okay, that should work. That's good. Might give these a quick paint as well while we're here. We can see it all. Boom, boom, boom. That is all the cooling. Good stuff. And then we're going to get a little baby tank and chuck it right on the top like that. Very nice. Now let's change that from diesel to fresh water while we're here as well. That's very important. And also while we're here, we might get a constant number. Let's go back to white. We'll grab one of these. That way the clutch for both the alternator and the fluid pump are always on. This will be just number 1. Very good. We'll grab that and we'll go to both of those. And I suppose just before we move on to the flywheel, let's chuck a battery in as well. Just grab a little baby one. And we might just chuck it in here. That should be fine. And I think also, let's go back to modular. And we'll grab a couple of these bad boys. We'll chuck one here and one here, just so we link it all together before we forget. And we'll chuck a couple, should we go right down the front? Couple there, and we'll just go a couple there. Why not? Doesn't really matter too much. And I suppose we'll do the flywheel now quickly. May as well grab a 1x1 flywheel, that one there. Very nice. Turn that which way around? Don't think it matters too much. Should be fine. Grab that, and we'll put a little baby clutch on the other end of there. Very good. Okay, nice. Now let's get the rest of the manifolds on. So we're going to need an air manifold. Now, I'm not really too fussed on where this is going to go because I'm not going to be driving through water or anything, so I don't need to have it too high. So I might just chuck it right here with a little port on the side too. Just go like that. Should be just fine. And that way we can get to it easily if we ever need to work on it too, which is good stuff. All right, so we've got our little inlet just there. We need some exhaust pipes. They need to link up to these. So let's go on both sides. Let's get rid of them real quick. Go back to pipes, and we're going to need an angle. So these are going to come over. So that's where they need to go up. So in between there and here, it doesn't really matter. So we've got the flywheel in the way there. So let's go back to modular or modular engines and grab a couple of these ones. We might come straight over out here, and then we'll go back to pipes again, grab an angle, and we'll bring this, towards the back. I've got an idea how we're going to do this. We'll come up, then we'll go across, and then we're going to link it together with a straight, just like so. Very good. That should work. We've done the same on both sides. Yes, sir. Awesome. Now, from the cab, let's go up here and grab all of the exhaust system. Oh, definitely not the whole cab. Just the exhaust system, please. Thanking you. And that's all of it. Nice. All right. So let's move that all down here because that is actually going to be a part of the truck itself. Very good. So that will be pasted in right there. Awesome. So the cab and the exhaust will be separate. Nice, I like it. We'll give this all a quick little paint like that, boom. And the side down there, that should be red too. Alrighty, so I've just jumped ahead a little bit and added a fuel tank in the back here. I was looking where to put it, and I thought back here might be the best spot. We have so much room back here. So here we have it, a fair bit of room. I'm not sure how much it's going to hold. I'm hoping at least, a few thousand litres, maybe like 4,000 or 5,000 litres, I'm hoping. I don't have no idea, but we'll see how we go. As you can see, I've got the port, a liquid meter, and the actual spawner in here, which is very good. And I've also plumbed up some of the drivetrain in the back here, which is the orange pipe, and the green one is the fuel. So we actually need a fuel manifold now to link all this together. So I'm thinking we might break in all the way along here. Let's get a angled pipe, and we'll chuck that way in there. Okay, good stuff. Now we'll go back to, actually, we'll just finish the pipe off now. Let's grab a straight piece, and that is going to connect up to, can I get in there? Yes, we can, all the way along to here, and we're going to grab a couple green pieces and go along like that. Very good, so that should be linked up to there, very nice. Let's go back to modular, if I can spell it properly, good stuff, and we'll grab, oh, not an air manifold, a fuel manifold. Where are you? This one right here, good stuff. All right, now we'll chuck that in right there, turn that around, and go boom. And a couple of other things we need is a vent for the tank itself. So what if we go right up the back here? Let's just break in a little spot. That should be fine. Grab a little port, grab it and chuck it in here. Make it face the outside. Nice. Then we're going to need a gas relief valve. Grab one of them. Turn around that way. Nice. And we're going to get one more little port and chuck it on the inside like so. Very good. So that should allow it to vent. Hopefully that works. Might quickly fix up that little bit of paint. Oh. Black? No? Can I get this color? There we go. Boom. Nice. That blends in pretty well. And the next thing, it's on the other side, isn't it? So over here, I suppose. Okay, so we need to get that green one. We might have the refill port over here and the charger next to it as well. So if we have refill port and charger, should be fine. So we go anchor, fluid hose anchor. Very nice. We'll chuck that one right here. Actually, I might get it in that color so it's painted on the top too. Turn it around like so. And we'll grab the cable anchor on this side. Nice, very good. Now, can we actually get to them from in here? Yes, we can. Okay, so that will link up straight to that hose. Okay, that's actually really good. And next to these two, we'll have the hose and the cable. So let's go specialist. We'll grab a cable to put next to that one so we can charge it up if we ever need to. And we're going to need a hose as well. So we'll chuck that right there. Very nice. Actually, we should probably have buttons to be able to pump in and out, shouldn't we? That's not a bad idea. Actually, I might move all of this along a little bit, actually. Grab all of this. We'll go along 2 blocks, 1, 2, and we'll paste it back in here. And we're going to need a couple of toggle buttons. Okay, good stuff. We'll come around like this, boom and boom. That should do it. So this one will just be in, and this one can be out. Doesn't really matter which one. Nice. And then we just need to sort out some pumps on this side. All right, so I think this is going to work. It's going to come out of that little spot there, go through each pump, depending which one we need, and then it's going to go back down into the fuel system. So this should be all good. Let's turn these around, make them go the right way. Boop. That should work. And then we're going to do the exact same thing up here, but with some different pipes. So we're going to need one of these ones, I believe. That one, is that on the wrong? No, it's all good. No, not like that. It's very hard to kind of get up in there like that. And then we're going to need a little angle, turn around like so. Very nice. I might just keep this all the same color too, just so we know what it all is if we ever have to work on it. Good stuff. Fix that up there too. All right, so we have pumps in and out, straight into the fuel system. Very good. We have them linked up here. We should probably work out which pump's which. Which one's that? So that's fluid in. So this top one is pump out. Okay, so out was this one goes to the top and in goes to that one. All right, so it's about time we got the gearbox in. So this is an 8-speed automatic gearbox off the workshop that I got off like a big thing of all these demo gearboxes. And I think we're going to use this one. I think it'll work best for our build. Obviously, I'll link this one down below and credit whoever made it. But yeah, so let's grab it. Let's move it. So it's already linked up on here. So it mostly should be plug and play. I'm not really too sure, but we'll see how we go. So let's bring that down this way a little bit. So we have to come down several blocks. Okay, now I believe the red side goes towards the engine, so we do need to center this a little bit more. And I might flip it up that way too. That's probably a bit better. And we'll come up onto, the bottom of the engine like that. Should be fine. And I think right there would actually be a pretty good spot, I believe. Actually, so let's paste her in right there. Just like that. Good stuff. And let's merge it with the rest of the build. Nice. Now we've got to plumb this up. Obviously, we still need an output to go to the drill, which we're going to do next episode. But all I want to do today is actually get the truck moving. And then next video, we're going to finish the whole thing off. Yes, that's the plan. So let's get this thing connected. So we're going to need a pipe. Come up, get it out of the way, and we need to link it up there. So let's just come over, come back around. Oh, should we go back around? Well, actually, we'll come up another one, and then we can start coming back this way. Good stuff. This one will come around like so, come around like that, and we'll connect them together like so. Good stuff. Now we'll make that orange so it matches the rest of it, just down like that. That should do it. Now, I don't know what the reason for that pipe is there. I don't think it needs to be there, but we're going to leave it because that's how I got it. Alrighty, so now we need to get drive to all of the wheels. So what I'm thinking, what if, just to keep it all symmetrical, I might have a drive shafts on either side. It's going to be a little bit weird, but that's what we're going to do, I think, just to keep it the same. Definitely not necessary, but I think that's what we'll do. So we'll go like this, boom, boom, grab it on a little pipe. We'll turn around in there. Drag those ones all the way down to here. All right, nice. And then that all just needs to link to this. That's what I mean by this is going to be fairly pointless having it on each side, but I think that's what we're going to do. Yeah, let's just go with it. Now, we need to get that over this way a little bit, don't we? So if we come along like this, yep, come back over, and then we'll just get a little T-piece on the one side. Boom, 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 and come around like that, may as well. And actually, you know what? I think we're just going to get rid of that, and we'll just put a little L piece in. Well, that will still work, won't it? I'm pretty sure. I think we'll leave it like that. It's just unnecessary having all that pipe. I was going to do it, but I think we'll leave it like that now. Then we'll just go orange. Oh, not that bad. All the way up through here. If we can get to all of it. There we go. Without too many dramas. Boom, and all the way down to there. All right, so just a few more things on the actual truck itself before we start working on the inside now. First thing I want to do is grab these. Not that, thank you. This and that, good stuff. And we're going to move this all, and we're going to put it up under here somewhere. Can we just flip it around? Yep, something like that, perfect. And we'll just drag it and put it there. Should be up and out of the way, all good. And we'll just paste it in like that. Good stuff. So I will wire that all together off camera, I think is probably best. But what we do need to do now is sort out the steering. So we need to turn right. So these ones and the ones on the left-hand side over here are going to be inverted. So let's go like this. That's the driver's seat. We've got the A and the D. Very nice. That will come straight down here. Steering and steering. Then we're going to need an inverter. A numerical inverter, that's the one. And we'll just chuck it down here with our other controllers. Turn it around like so. Just chuck it up in there. Good stuff. And then this will output to this side. Good. And that will come up to the seat. So we'll just go all the way up to there. That should be fine. And I think what we might do, we might actually also put some rear wheel steering on as well. So if we get a function block, we're going to need a function block. Okay, we'll just put it over here as well. Function block, we'll turn it around like so, and we're going to need another inverter too. Grab this, chuck it in there, and boom. All right, so in the function block, we're going to go x divided by 3, I think, so that way the rear wheels won't turn as much. Or if we go x divided by 4, that might be a bit better actually. And then the output to that can go straight to the inverter, and then straight to that side rear wheel, I think. I don't actually know. The inverted one can go over to that side. We're going to have to test that, but I think that might work. And then the input for that will come straight off the seat itself. Alrighty, so I finally made a controller for doors or whatever we want to use it for that we can change the numbers in. Someone suggested that, so here it is. So what we're going to do, we're going to chuck a couple of those down right here, and this will be for our doors. So let's make this one the one on the left. That will go straight up to there, and that one will go up to its door handle, which is, where is it? That one there. Very nice. And then this one over here is the opposite. That'll go up to here, and that one will go, which one have we got? That one there. All right, nice. So which number do they need to be in? When they're turned on, they need to be in the negative. So let's head down this way. Boom. So I believe that is when they're off, and this one's on. I could have it around the wrong way, but we're going to try it. Minus 0.7. Let's go like that for both of them. Boom. That should work, hopefully. Once again, I guess we're going to find out. Now, two more things we're going to do on the outside before we put the cab back. Let's put some ladders on the side here. Ladders, that way when we pop the cab up, when we tilt it forward, we can jump up the ladders and get on the back here and fix whatever we need to fix. Hopefully we won't have to fix anything ever, but I'm sure that day will come. Let's turn this around and we'll drag them up to there. We also need the correct color. Grey on the top, and that yellow in the back there. And actually we're going to go every second one too, just to make it look a little bit better. There we go. Very nice. That looks great, I think. And the last thing on the outside is fix this grill. So let's get rid of that little menu up there. And now I think this needs to shuffle up 1 block. So what do we got? Let's do a test. 1, 2, 3, 4 block gap there. And we've only got a 2 block gap. Okay. So this is all got to come up 1 block, I believe. So if we go all the way along here, all the way along that one as well, boop, like that. That needs to be grey again. Good stuff. This also needs to be grey. Yep. Along there as well. Good, good, good. And black along the bottom ones. Oh, dearie me. Okay, and like that. Needs to come up there. Oh, 2 more blocks. Yep. Grey along here. Black there. Grey in there. And then the rest is red, I believe. So all the way through there. And all the way through to there. Good stuff. Now, I don't think... I don't think these corners are even either. No, they're not at all, are they? So boom, boom. Think that's correct. That one's right. I don't know. It's a bit hard to tell. What the heck? Yeah, I think all those corner pieces are the same. Hopefully I'm not missing anything. And now let's just double check. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, nice. That should all be the same now. So now I think we're pretty safe to move the cab back down. So let's not grab that one. Let's grab the actual cab itself. So down here. Gonna grab the whole thing, buttons included, boom, 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 all the goodies, please. Is that the whole cab? No, we're missing the back part. There we go. Nice. Thought we'll down something. Okay, I think that's all of it. Good stuff. Let's grab it, and yep, we got it all. Definitely got it all, and we're gonna come down to there. Yes, sir. That is the whole thing. All right, nice. Doesn't interrupt anything, and we still have room. That tank there isn't gonna hit it. Nice. Okay, perfect. Good stuff. It's even gonna work out for us. Look at that. Paste her in and merge that one with that one. All right, so let's jump into the cab now. And we've got to do up some kind of dash. I really don't know how I want this to look, but we might just wing it. It might just come up like this, and we might try and come out or up like this maybe. Maybe even one more, and we might grab some little wedges, go on the side, something like this. Yeah. Okay, and then up here we're going to have a few things, and we can possibly have something down here as well. But just so you all know, we're only going to put in what we're using today. In the next episode, we're going to finish everything else off. So we've got to have a lot more to add in here. But for now, let's just get in what we need. So let's get a few spots ready for some dials and whatnot. Let's go to display. Now, the most important part is the instrument panel. So we can have a few details about our engine on there. Very good. So let's have a couple of them. And I believe that with that gearbox, it outputs a display. It tells us like what gear we're in and whatnot. So I think that's on a monitor. So we might chuck that in here right behind the steering wheel. That should be fine. Very good. And I think right here, we might have should we go 1x3? Chuck it in like that. And that will be our map. Why not? That should be fine. We're also going to have a reverse camera, which I don't know exactly how I want to do that. Maybe it can show up on this camera, or maybe we can have a separate one down the bottom there. But for now, we're just going to have that. We're not even going to use that camera today, that map, sorry. But yeah, we'll put it there for now. So let's go over here. We're going to add some dials in. We've got 4 spots to play with. So let's go up, yes. And we'll change that to 0. And we'll probably run a maximum of 15 or so, but I'll put 20 on the gauge. Then I suppose we'll have our fuel. That's quite important. 0, we can show 100 on number 2. Then over here, we can have our temperature. And RPS can be the last one. So 0, we'll make that show a maximum of 100. So if it gets up there, we're in a little bit of trouble. On number 3 and number 4 can be our battery, I suppose. That's important as well. Good stuff. 0 and 1 on number 4. Very good. And now we need a way to start this. So maybe, what if we go just here next to the steering wheel? We'll put a little key or something. Should we find a little key? I haven't used one of these before. Chuck it around, chuck it right there. Should be fine. And what can we do? So this can be start and default state off 1 second. Ooh, we might halve that. Half a second. That should be pretty good. And we're also going to need a way to change our gears up and down. So let's get that from our seat. Number 1 and 2, I suppose. Gear up. I might change that to a capital as well. Gear up. And number 2 can be gear down. If I could spell gear down. Okay, on push buttons, I believe. So 1 and 2. And WS can be our throttle. And our A and D is our steering. So steering, just like that. And we might bring up the sensitivity for that ever so slightly. If we go 25, it should be fine. Throttle could stay on 10% and the rest should be all good. All right, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to connect up all the power, all the logic, get the rest of the microcontrollers sorted, and then I'll be back with you guys and we're going to give it all a test. Okay, guys, so I do believe everything is all connected up and ready to go. So let's spawn in and actually see what happens. Okay, I've put the doors around the wrong way. Let's very quickly fix that. So whereabouts are they? Down here somewhere, these two. Okay, so that needs to go down there, and that one is 0. Good stuff, and do the same here. Boom, and boom. Just like that. Good stuff. Right, let's try that again. Let's spawn it back in. There we are. Nice. The doors are shut this time. So let's try this thing. So open up the door. There we go. Look at that. Right, so I suppose first we'll see if this thing starts, and we'll get out and check our steering before we go anywhere. Turn on. Okay, it is on. That's our little display there, so we can change through our gears, as you can see, with 1 and 2 on our seat. None of that works. None of that's connected yet. So we've got our temperature, battery, fuel, and our RPS. How much fuel? 4,200 liters. Okay. The battery is going up ever so slightly. We are only doing 8 RPS though. All right, nice. So let's just turn all the way and just make sure our wheels are facing the right way before we go anywhere. I do believe that is quite important. So, okay, they're turning that way. Okay, that's going in. That's what we want. That's going out. And they're going that way. Okay, good. That should be fine, I think. So let's jump up in our seat again. Turn that off. Very nice. All right, shut the door. And let's go for a test drive, I suppose, and see what happens. Let's go forwards. Okay, we're moving. Whee! Okay, nice, man. I don't have speed on here yet, though. That's the only issue. Okay, cool. We're fine. Our brakes work. Yes, they do work. All right, nice. Let's go down the runway, I suppose. Let's go down this way. All right, here we go. Yeah. Okay. Whoa. Oh, geez, we're picking up some speed then. Oh, the front of the truck just went up. Oh, gee, did you guys feel that? Or feel it? Did you see it? Let's turn around. We're going to go on the outside view in the photo mode and see what it does. Oh, that was crazy, man. Far out. All right, let's not crash it, though. We can't afford to write it off straight away. All right, let's face the way we want to go. I swear the front of the truck just... Oh, no. Something funny's happening. Stop. What is going on there? Okay, maybe we won't play with that just yet. Maybe we should go and fix whatever's going on. It just tried to tip over. Wait, if I go full throttle... Okay. Yeah, see, the front of the truck's coming up. What on earth is going on there? Okay. I don't know what that's all about. Okay, let's go and see if we can maybe something to do with the suspension. Maybe we need to fix some of that. Oh, do we need to stiffen... Maybe what if we change to... I don't know if this will matter. Should we go all-round tyres? Maybe we should go around and do that. I don't know if that's going to help. Also, should we fix the dampening? Make it a bit stiffer. Or the stiffness, rather. Well, let's try this first. Let's go all-round and the dampening right up and see if that helps. All right, that has all been changed. Let's see what happens now, I suppose. I don't know what that was all about. Let's jump back in our seat, shut the door, start this thing back up. Good. All right, change to drive, and let's go. We really should put a speedo in this thing, today. Maybe we should. Anyway, let's see. Let's go down the end of the runway, I suppose. Let's see if it does that weird thing again. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, full throttle, and we're flooring it. Okay, the front of the truck. Oh, it's lifting a little bit, I think. I think it was lifting a little bit again. Okay, we're fine. We're all good. Does that seem to have helped the issue, though? Maybe it's helped a little bit. Oh, no. Okay, we're good. Let's go full throttle. And let's go and watch this from the outside and see what it does, I suppose. That was very weird. Okay, play. Okay. Yeah, the front of the truck's coming up. Far out, man. That thing must have a bit of power in it. Jeez. Do we want it to rev that hard? Like, we don't want it to be that fast, do we? Maybe we should go and play with some ratios a little bit and see what we can come up with. Whoa, okay. It's pretty fast. Jeez, man. We don't want it to be a race truck or anything. Let's take it back and see what we can do. All right, so what I've done, I've just changed the maximum throttle to 15 and the minimum to 4. And on the actual gearbox itself, I've changed when it changes gears. So let's see if that makes much of a difference. Let's spawn it in. And I guess this might fix it. I don't actually know. Maybe it won't. Let's see what happens. Shut the door. Otherwise, I can put another gearbox in to make it go a little bit slower. But we'll see what this does. Alrighty, good stuff. It's turning on. It's nice and reliable so far, so that's good. All right, throttle up. What's it doing? Okay. I'm not sure. It's starting to get dark, though. All right, let's come around this way. All right, go, 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 go. All right, nice. Let's go up this way. All right, full throttle. Okay, lots of skidding going on. Oh, geez, a lot of skidding. Okay, the front of the truck is coming up again. Oh, far out, man. Why is it doing that? I don't understand. All right, let's go back around. I might have to make it a little bit slower. Whoa, something's wrong with the steering there. We might have to make it a little bit slower. I don't need to be this fast. It's just a mining truck. It's not a race truck. All right, let's try and take it back. Woo! Okay, we're all good. We're all good. All right, and the front truck's coming up again. Stop, take it back. Whoa, that could have been pretty bad. All right, so what we might do, I might chuck another gearbox in here. Let's go gearbox, and we just chuck it right here. We want to go this way. All right, and let's change that to maybe, should we halve it? Go to 2-1. Let's cut it in half and then see what it does, maybe. That's not a bad idea. Let's try this again. This seems to be our top speed, which I actually don't mind at all. Maybe what we'll do, let's try and take it back. I might just put the ratio up by 1 more, and then we might call that good. What if we go, so what is it? Usually 1-1. We can go 2-1. What if we go, let's go 9-5. Let's do this one more time and see what happens. All right. Okay. This seems fine, to be honest. We've got our RPS on the dash there too. That's cool. So this is top speed. I think this is good enough for this truck. I don't think it needs to be any faster than that. And then we're not overstressing the engine either by going too fast. Although we are still running at a fairly high RPM, but that's okay. We're all good. All right, whee! All right, we're on the dirt now. Let's go back and have a quick snooze in the back of our tilt rotor there. If we can stop in time. And yes, this is top speed. I like this speed. That's good. All right, stop. Ah! And put it in. Can I put it in park? Park. There we go, park. All right, nice. Turn this off. Where is the door handle? There it is. That's the one. All right, quick. Let's go and have a sleep. All right, that is a little bit better. So let's do this once more in the daytime so we can see. Turn her on. Shut the door. All right, this will be our last test for today. Let's go into drive and let's go. Forwards. Thanking you. Very good. All right, let's head down the runway here. All right. Yeah, I think this is good, actually. I think this is plenty fast stuff because we're only going to be putting around a little behind anyway. So I think that this is a safe speed, and at least we know we can always change it up if we want to. Yeah, but no, this will be good. This will be good. And then we can come around the corner, do whatever we need to do. All right, nice. So let's actually take it back. How's everything going on here? Battery's still full, which is nice. Temperature's just on 28. That's a-okay. And all right, nice. Fuel, we've got plenty of fuel. I can't imagine this is going to use too much. Like, that's going flat out as well. Okay, fuel's somehow going up. I don't know what that's about, but that's fine. All right, all good. Let's take it back right here. Stop. All right, so just before we end off, I thought we could quickly see how fast this thing's actually going. So let's get a dial, and we'll chuck it right there because we don't need that display anyway. Boom. Functions. This is just a temporary dial for now, by the way. We'll chuck that right there. Good stuff. And we're going to need a speed sensor, which we can put on the truck where it's actually going to go, I suppose. We'll just chuck it up in there. Why not? Good a spot as any. And we go boom. And we'll just chuck it up to this one and connect that one up to there. Good stuff. All right, so this will be X times 3.6, just like that. Nice. And we need to connect that to a little bit of power. And the speed sensor does not need power. Okay, nice. Let's jump up into the truck. Boop. Boop. There we go. Nice. Turn her on. Good. All right. Got some numbers coming up there. Going to drive. And let's see what this thing gets to. I'm guessing about, what do you reckon? 120? It was pretty quick, but not super quick. Nothing crazy. All right, something like this, and go for it. All right, here we go. Picking up speed very quickly. All right. 130. 140. That's definitely fast enough. What is going to even off at about? Oh, don't tell me. 123. Okay. That is definitely good enough. I'm very happy with that, actually. That is more than what we're ever going to need for this. The only time we're going to get up to speeds like that is when we're actually driving it over to the mine. Other than that, it's just going to be going slow. So that's actually really good. You know what? Oh, dearie me. Whoa. What just happened there? What on earth is that? What did I do that for? Something funny's going on. I don't know what it is. Oh, dearie me. What I was going to say is maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea to add like a high and low gearbox in this thing as well at some point. We might actually need that. I don't know. Something we can think about anyway. Let's chuck it in park. Boop. Oh, wrong way. Drive park. There we go. Awesome. And we'll turn it off right there. So we got to 130. Or 123 was our speed. What did I dig it up to 130? Where is the door handle? There it is. Very good. But anyway, guys, that is going to do us for today. We got everything done that we wanted to do. We got the engine in. We got to go for a bit of a test drive, which is pretty good. It goes nice and fast. Still a few things to improve on, like it tried to tip over back there. I'm not exactly sure what was going on. Something felt just a little bit funny, but that's fine. But yeah, still plenty to do. We got to get the drill working. We got to get this thing tipping. Got to get it releasing at the back. Got to add specialist equipment, a whole bunch of bits and pieces. That should be pretty fun. But anyway, guys, for now, I'd like to say thank you all very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you all in the next one.